Imagine walking away from a $450 million marriage only to capture the heart of the richest man alive. That's exactly the storyline behind Lauren Sánchez, whose life shifted from the comfort of Hollywood wealth to the unimaginable orbit of Jeff Bezos and his $239.4 billion empire.
Relationship,
we do.
actually. I mean, it's a very interesting story. Some of you will know this if you lived in the Paleolithic era, as Henry and I did.
It's an impossible city. It can't exist. And yet here it is.
We actually have an estimate from the regional governor who puts the price tag on this 3-day event at more than $50 million.
Because that's what you do when you are Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sánchez. You invite only your close, you're literally one of the richest men in the world.
How does someone not only exit one of the most powerful marriages in entertainment, but upgrade into the inner circle of the world's ultimate billionaire? This isn't luck. It's strategy, timing, and presence. Today, we're peeling back the layers on how Lauren Sánchez made that leap, why it shocked insiders, and how it all connects to that unforgettable viral moment when even Mark Zuckerberg couldn't take his eyes off her. The millionaire marriage, her first launchpad. In 2005, Lauren Sánchez entered a world most people would consider the ultimate prize. She married Patrick Whitesell, a Hollywood talent agent whose net worth stood at $450 million. For nearly anyone else, this would have been the end of the journey. A powerful husband, children, and a lifetime surrounded by fame and fortune. But for Lauren, this wasn't the ceiling, it was the starting line. Patrick's network gave her an entrance into entertainment at the highest level. With his backing, Lauren secured on-screen work, earned credibility as a broadcaster, and gained access to parties where stars, executives, and billionaires mingled as if it were casual Friday night. Every appearance added to her reputation as someone who could shine under pressure and blend seamlessly into the most exclusive environments. Yet beneath the sparkle, cracks quietly formed. While their marriage gave her stability and luxury, it didn't provide the kind of growth she seemed to crave. Patrick was powerful in Hollywood, but Hollywood was just one arena. Lauren's energy hinted she wanted something far beyond red carpets and film premieres. The relationship may have looked picture perfect, but it was also the setup for a much larger pivot, a stepping stone from millionaire comfort into billionaire influence. The setup, doors that only $450 million could open. Patrick Whitesell wasn't just any husband. He was one of Hollywood's most connected power brokers. Representing some of the biggest names in film and sports, he had a reputation for shaping careers and pulling strings behind the scenes. By marrying him, Lauren didn't just step into wealth, she stepped into influence. Suddenly, the guest lists of elite parties, movie premieres, and business dinners weren't fantasy. They were her everyday reality. These weren't ordinary gatherings. These were the kinds of nights where a casual handshake could alter a career and where a conversation over cocktails could turn into $1 million deal. And Lauren was right in the middle of it. She wasn't sitting quietly in the background either. With her striking confidence and ability to command attention, she became a natural part of these high-powered rooms. Patrick might have opened the door, but Lauren's energy ensured she stayed inside. It was within this rarefied circle that the stage was set for the most life-changing introduction of her career. What seemed like another glittering evening with industry elites would, in hindsight, become the moment that catapulted Lauren from the world of millions to the orbit of billions. The spark. Bezos meets Sánchez. The party was buzzing with music, laughter, and the subtle tension of ambition hanging in the air. Patrick, as always, was making introductions, guiding Lauren through clusters of executives, entertainers, and innovators. But then came the moment, the handshake with Jeff Bezos, the man whose empire dwarfed every other fortune in the room. For Bezos, the attraction wasn't just physical. Lauren carried herself with an energy that felt alive, magnetic, and bold. Unlike the Hollywood personalities who often treated him as just another billionaire, Lauren engaged him with curiosity, wit, and charisma. For someone like Bezos, who thrives on vision and excitement, this was an irresistible spark. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, almost as if they'd known each other for years. It wasn't small talk, it was alignment. He spoke about innovation, she responded with enthusiasm and insight. He leaned in with curiosity, she met him with confidence. The chemistry was instant, undeniable, and impossible to ignore. For Lauren, This wasn't just another meeting in a glittering room. This was the encounter that shifted her trajectory forever, from the wife of a millionaire agent to the woman who had just captured the attention of the richest man in the world. The decision, leaving millions for billions. At first, what sparked in public turned into private exchanges, hidden glances, and conversations away from the spotlight. But as time passed, the connection grew too strong to conceal. Both Lauren and Jeff found themselves at a crossroads: stay where comfort and image were secure, or risk everything for a future together. For Lauren, it meant stepping away from a $450 million marriage that most would consider untouchable. For Jeff, it meant ending a 25-year relationship and facing one of the most historic divorce settlements in history, $38 billion. These weren't small moves. These were decisions that shook up families, headlines, and financial records. Critics painted it as reckless, tabloids spun it as betrayal, but behind the noise was something much bigger. Two people deciding that their connection was worth the fallout. Lauren's choice wasn't just about leaving millions behind. It was about stepping into a life where influence and ambition matched her own drive. And Jeff, equally committed, made it clear he wasn't simply intrigued. He was willing to change his entire world for her. That choice marked the true turning point. The millionaire marriage was over, and the billionaire chapter had officially begun. The fallout, headlines, heat, and exposure. When the news finally broke, it wasn't a quiet whisper. It was an explosion across every major outlet in the world. The revelation that Jeff Bezos, the richest man alive, and Lauren Sánchez, the glamorous former anchor married to a $450 million Hollywood agent, were in a relationship, became the ultimate storm. Paparazzi didn't just chase them, they built entire narratives around them. Private messages leaked into the public domain, setting off endless speculation about when, where, and how the romance began. Magazines dedicated cover stories to every move they made, while analysts calculated the staggering numbers behind Bezos' divorce settlement. An eye-watering $38 billion, Lauren suddenly became one of the most talked-about women in America. Overnight, she shifted from being known as the millionaire's wife to being branded as the new partner of the world's wealthiest man. Every smile, every appearance, every outfit became a subject of debate. But through all the noise, Lauren and Jeff projected calm. They didn't deny, they didn't panic, they let the world talk while they quietly stepped forward together. This wasn't just a scandal, it was a global spectacle. The fallout proved one thing: leaving millions for billions doesn't happen quietly. It reshapes the entire narrative around your life. The billionaire lifestyle rollout. Once the initial shockwave settled, the transformation began. Lauren was no longer spotted at Hollywood dinners or small screen events. Instead, she was photographed on luxury yachts, attending international summits, and standing side by side with Bezos at some of the most high-profile gatherings in the world. The upgrade was undeniable. She had gone from Hollywood luxury to billionaire exclusivity. Her presence was no longer background, it was front and center. On red carpets, her arrival with Bezos sent cameras flashing at double speed. On vacations, their photos aboard private vessels became global talking points. At charity galas, she wasn't just in attendance, she was seated at the most powerful tables, influencing conversations that shaped industries. The scale of change was breathtaking. With Whitesell, she had access to Hollywood's elite. With Bezos, she had influence over global powerhouses in tech, space exploration, and philanthropy, and every appearance reinforced the same message. Lauren wasn't simply dating Jeff Bezos, she was part of his new chapter, his new image, and his new story. What started as whispers of an affair had now transformed into a full-scale rollout of a billionaire lifestyle, leaving behind the $450 million chapter and firmly securing her place in a $239.4 billion empire. The Zuckerberg glance, proof of allure. Then came the moment that turned Lauren into an internet sensation. At Trump's inauguration, cameras panned across the audience, and in a split second, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg's eyes locked on Lauren Sánchez. It was quick, but not quick enough to escape the internet's radar. Screenshots went viral, clips replayed millions of times, and suddenly the world had a new obsession. The way men at the very top of global power seemed magnetized by her presence. But the drama didn't stop there. Standing right next to Lauren was Jeff Bezos, and his sharp stare in Zuckerberg's direction instantly became the stuff of memes. The richest man alive, visibly protective, sending an unspoken message without saying a single word. Within hours, Twitter threads, TikToks, and headlines all exploded with commentary. Was it jealousy? Was it pride? Was it simply a billionaire guarding what he valued most? The interpretations piled up, but one truth became clear. Lauren had officially entered the pop culture Hall of Fame. What's striking is how that single glance crystallized everything about her journey. She was no longer just the woman who left a millionaire for a billionaire. She had become a symbol of allure so powerful it could spark headlines from a passing look at a political ceremony. For Lauren, that viral moment wasn't just a meme, it was proof that she had captured the spotlight in ways that even other global power players couldn't ignore. The playbook: how to move from millions to billions. So how did Lauren pull off one of the most dramatic life transformations in modern celebrity history? Her story is more than romance. It's a step-by-step playbook for moving from millions to billions. Positioning matters. By marrying into $450 million, Lauren placed herself in the circles where billionaires and cultural icons overlapped. Without that foundation, the next leap might never have happened. Charm beats status. Patrick Whitesell had the power, but Lauren had the presence. At the Bezos introduction, it wasn't money that spoke. It was charisma, wit, and confidence that made her unforgettable. Timing is everything. She recognized when her first marriage had plateaued. Instead of staying for stability, she pivoted when the opportunity aligned with her ambitions, weathering storms. Most people would have crumbled under leaked messages and tabloid fury. Instead, Lauren held her ground, showing resilience that only added to her intrigue. Strategic rollout. By appearing alongside Bezos at carefully chosen events, yachts, galas, tech gatherings, she helped cement a new image for both of them. Not scandal, but power partnership. This wasn't an accident, and it wasn't luck. It was a calculated sequence of steps that turned Lauren Sánchez from the spouse of a millionaire agent into the fiancée of the man who commands a $239.4 billion empire. And it's a masterclass in leverage, influence, and daring to walk away from enough in order to claim unimaginable. Now that you've seen the entire journey, here's the question the world can't stop asking. Did Lauren Sánchez make the boldest move of the century when she left a $450 million marriage to step into a $239.4 billion empire? Or was it simply destiny colliding with timing? Think about it. Most people would have stayed in a millionaire marriage for life, but Lauren walked away from comfort and landed in the stratosphere of unimaginable wealth and influence. Was it pure ambition? Was it love? Or was it a once-in-a-lifetime chance that she grabbed and never let go? And what about Jeff Bezos? Was this his way of reinventing his personal life to match the boldness of his business ventures? Or did Lauren bring a spark that the richest man alive couldn't resist, no matter the cost? I want to hear what you think. Do you believe Lauren played the game brilliantly? Or do you think she risked it all on something unpredictable? Was leaving millions for billions the ultimate upgrade? Or just the most controversial love story of modern times? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading them all. And if you loved this breakdown of how ambition, timing, and connection rewrote destiny, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you never miss the next untold story. Because trust me, the next twist in this saga is already unfolding, and you won't want to be the last to know.